Hey everybody, Mishkin here. I told you in my last video that I didn't think it was going to be possible to find as good a stuff as I've been finding this month, or I should say in the month of January. But once again, I even amazed myself and I found the rarest game I've ever found in the wild in my few years of collecting. So pretty excited to show you guys that. And I also had a couple other kind of minor deals, but they were still really good. So the first minor deal, we'll get to the major one in a little bit. But the first minor deal, I picked up Dark Cloud 2. Now this is not an easy game to find. It's pretty uncommon for the PS2. And I'm assuming it came out in 2003. That's, I guess for the PS2 that's not that late, but Dark Cloud 1 is a much more common RPG. It's complete. And you're not going to believe it. I paid $2 or $3 locally from the Facebook page that I always talk about. Pretty amazing for a game that's worth around $30 or so. You guys know that RPGs are not my thing, especially turn-based. So I doubt I'm going to hold on to this. Most likely I will be trading this for something else. Another great little group of finds. Girl contacted me about some Game Boy stuff she had. I wasn't able to get her to sell me everything. There was some Pokemon stuff she didn't want to sell. But she had some Game Boy Advance stuff. And I love when the people let me pick and choose. Anyways, we decided on $2 per game. So out of the maybe 15 games she had, I picked out the best 5. And they were really good games. First, Super Street Fighter 2. I popped this in and I played it only for a couple minutes. I just tested all these games out for the most part. But I thought about it and I was thinking to myself, how can a game like this work when you have 3 kicks and 3 punches? So I'm not really sure. I couldn't figure it out. I didn't look into it much though. The next game I got was Mario Kart Super Circuit. To me this kind of felt like the Super Nintendo version with a little bit better graphics, if I remember correctly. Once again, I only played this for like 5 minutes. Pokemon Sapphire. Now this game, the battery had run dry and I thought that meant that you couldn't save, but I guess it only affects time-based events in the game. So I was actually pretty happy because I thought that it wasn't going to save at all. The next Game Boy Advance game I got was Sonic Advance 3. She told me it was Sonic Adventure 3 and I thought to myself, oh, they named the third one after the Dreamcast series. That's kind of interesting. But then I saw it was Sonic Advance 3. I popped this in for a few minutes and I didn't right away. Most of the time when I put a game in, I either get into it or I don't. And in the first few minutes, and I don't know, I didn't know where to go or something, so I didn't give this game a shot, but I don't think I'm going to play this. I probably will just sell this one. It goes for like $10 on eBay. But anyways, to go over the last few games, I think Pokemon Sapphire is worth like $15. Mario Kart Super Circuit's maybe like $8 or $10. And Super Street Fighter 2 is like $10 or $12. And the last one I'm definitely keeping, and it's the first time I've ever owned this game. And I love Link's Awakening, so I'm hoping I'll love this game, which is another 8-bit Zelda. And that is Zelda Oracle of Ages. For $2, this was an absolute steal. This game goes for about $25 on eBay. And I'm the type of guy that, for stuff like this, I'm not going to go on eBay. First of all, it's not part of my primary collection. And it's also not super uncommon or anything. So I'll wait for deals like this to come for me to add to my collection. And the major haul of the week, the Haulelujah haul. I love these stupid terms I'm coming up with. Picked up an original Nintendo. It came with the official power adapter. I can't stress enough in every video how nice it is when it comes with it. Apparently it works. I haven't tried it yet. The AV cords came with it. And the games that came with it are going to make some of you guys pretty jealous. One in particular. But I paid $30 for the whole lot, so keep that in mind. I'm going to save the absolute best one for last, but here are some pretty good ones to start us out. Super C, which is a sequel to Contra. This game normally goes for around $15 on eBay. Super Mario Bros. 3. This game's normally about a $10 game. It's funny, it has a $20 price tag on it. This stuff had been in a storage unit for a long time, and these people were looking to move, and they just wanted to get rid of this stuff. They were going to bring it to a game store, but I said, you know, let me know how much you want. I'm sure I will pay as much as the game store, which the game store would have cost like 20 bucks for them in gas just to get to, because it's not in this area. The girl contacted me and said $30 after she told me what she had, and it's not like me to not try to negotiate a little bit, but I knew that the stuff was so good, and she just said she needed gas money, and she was being nice about the whole thing, so I didn't go any lower than 30. The original Double Dragon, I think this is like a $10 game. Sky Shark, Mickey Mouse Capé, it's like a $5 game. The games I'm not going to mention the value for are the ones that are worth like $1. Star Trek, I think this game's like a $5, $7 game. Trog, it's a $5 game. Tetris 2 is worth a few bucks. Little Mermaid's worth a few bucks. Super Mario Duck Hunt, 2 Super Mario Duck Hunt, my lucky day. A game I'd never heard of, so I was excited to look up the value of it. Al Unser Jr. Turbo Racing. Unfortunately, it's not worth anything. Captain Skyhawk, I feel like every time I see the Milton Bradley logo on an NES game, you know it's not worth anything. I don't know what it is. And I could be completely wrong because I am far from an NES expert. It's probably one of the systems I know the least about, but it just doesn't seem like Milton Bradley games are worth much. Marble Madness, another Milton Bradley game. Pinbot, and some paperwork. And I'm still keeping you guys on edge for the great find of the week. This is like a poster, it's a Konami logo on one side. This is a big thing for like how to hook your NES up. A Nintendo Power thing. Just some general manuals. The Zapper, it did also come with the system. I got a Zapper with this, so that's a solid $5 locally probably. And then the control deck manual. So it's pretty cool, this stuff. I was thinking they were going to have the box with the system, but unfortunately they didn't keep that. Here is the find of the week, the rarest game I've ever found for any system, in my own opinion. And this game couldn't be in any better of condition. Here's a little hint. And here's the big reveal. King Neptune's Adventure for the NES, an unlicensed game. Now, I knew this game, even though I don't collect NES much. In fact, I don't collect it at all, really. I knew that this game was valuable the second she mentioned it, and I saw that blue cart. I knew it was unlicensed, and I saw the Color Dreams thing at the bottom. But I guess this game's actually supposed to be pretty good, but no way in hell am I keeping this in my collection to play. I could possibly keep it just because I figure it'll probably increase in value, but right now it's on the rise. It looked like it wasn't much more than a $50 game not that long ago, but it's picked up to at least $100 on eBay. And there actually isn't a single cart up on eBay right now. That's how uncommon / rare, I guess I could say, this game is. There's a complete one up for like $250. So, and the last cart only sold for like $110 or something like that. But this game is as rare as Flintstone Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, and harder to find than a lot of the other pretty expensive NES games. But my point is, this game is really, really hard to find. And I think it'll take a good trade to get this off my hands. I'm probably going to look to trade for this thing, or look to trade this thing, but if I do keep it in my collection, I think it's one of those rare games where the rare games will only get rarer, and as the more collectors get into it, this game will get really expensive. I'm extremely happy with the finds that I've gotten this week, and it really has only been like halfway through the week, but I don't expect to find anything the rest of the week. I'm not going to any game stores, and I'm not going to try too hard. I feel like I already got my quota in for the week, so I'm pretty excited about that, and right now I'm just focusing on playing a lot of games. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This is probably going to be all for this week. I'm not sure if I'm going to find anything more. I guess I should be optimistic, but I'm already kind of happy with where I'm at, so I can say it was a successful week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for my next video.